All right, we got a Coachella update from Trump's little clusterfuck in Coachella. Apparently, the bus company that he only hired the buses to take them from the parking lot to the event and then leave. He had one bus. I've heard reports possibly two or three buses, but most of them only said one bus. And his followers, the people, the rally goers that were there, were actually stuck there on purpose. He heard so much crap about people leaving his rallies early and his rally size and all that other stuff. Essentially, what he did was force everybody to park far away, force everybody to take the buses, and then as soon as they were dropped off, they disappeared, so they couldn't leave if they wanted to. The problem with that is after hearing him spend the whole speech about how he's going to basically abuse the state of California and, not give any relief for wildfires and things like that, any natural disasters in the entire state of California, if Gavin Newsom doesn't basically kiss the ring and do what he tells him to do. This is how he's pitching the California voters. So when they left after hearing all these wonderful things and wonderful ways he's gonna abuse the state, they were stuck in a parking lot, and many of them had to walk miles, hours and hours to get back to their cars. They were stranded. The excuses they came up with of why this happened were the bus company donated to the Kamala Harris campaign, and the bus company owner was a Democrat, so they did it on purpose to sabotage and get Trump followers pissed off at Donald Trump, when in fact it was the Democrats do this, and we demanded an investigation, and then the sheriff of the town that had it was a Democrat and friends with Governor Newsom, and then blah, blah, blah. All these Democratic conspiracies, when you break it down, what happened is very simple. The man who pays the bills for the rally, is supposed to pay the bills for the rally, he doesn't bring in extra porta potties. He doesn't supply water. He doesn't supply any of the things that most places would naturally supply when you have thousands and thousands of people. And they find it hard to believe that he only paid the bus company for a one-way trip in order to force them to stay at the rally so his numbers looked better when the TV cameras were on. This is a man who still owes almost $1 million in bills for rallies that he still hasn't paid for from 2015 and 2016. There was an instance at an airport, Missouri, somewhere like that, that Kamala Harris and he had rallies around the same area the same exact day. And he came in to land at the airport, and the airport would not allow him to land because he still owed them $40,000, $50,000 from the last time he landed. So they literally forced him to fly 3 hours away, 2 hours away by car, and land there, and then he was 3 hours or so late for his rally. That's what this man does. Stop blaming the Democrats for everything. This is a man who's telling his constituents, his voters in storm-damaged areas to refuse help after they lose everything. This is a man who does fundraisers for storm victims and pockets 90% of the money raised. The same man who, right after the first hurricane, took bricks from a shop that was destroyed, built a little tiny wall so he could have a press conference, blocked off the only 2 streets going best for first responders to actually go and save people's lives, blocked it off so he could be there with Secret Service, do his little bullshit thing in front of somebody's family business that was destroyed with their bricks from the rubble. This is how much this guy cares for his constituents. He has people refusing help from FEMA, refusing help from President Biden. He has people in those states believing that if FEMA gives them help, then FEMA will come back and the Democrats will come back and take their homes from them. And he's not bothering saying, by the way, that's not true. Take all the help you can get. He's feeding it. This is the guy who stranded thousands and thousands of people in the middle of the desert without a ride to their cars. Most of them walked. And I pray to God they're smart enough not to vote for him. But that's how much he cares about his constituents. When are the Republicans, especially the red hat Republicans, going to wake the hell up to that? He doesn't care about you. He flat out said it at many rallies. I don't care about you, I just care about your vote. When is that going to sink in? And now he wants to do his next rally at Madison Square Garden in New York. You remember the place that little mustache guy did something? I wonder how close the decorations are going to be. When are you guys going to learn? When is it actually going to hit you that this man really could give two shits less about you? Like, at all. There were people passing out today in his other rally. And he made jokes, well, it may be a little hot. It's okay. Just hang out. Stay here a little longer. As they're passing out because he doesn't provide them with water or a place to cool off. He doesn't give a shit about you. At all. Wake up. Reform the Republican Party. Find some people actually worthy of your votes, because the Republican Congress needs to be out too. They went on vacation as one of the biggest hurricanes in American history hit their own states. They're still on vacation until after the election. And there's one, possibly two more hurricanes on their way right now that are going to hit before the election. And they still refuse to come back to work. So not only does Donald J. Trump not give a shit about you, the Republicans don't either. When are you going to realize that? If you don't believe me, look it up. Congress.org. Look at what they haven't voted for that you're angry about and you're blaming the Democrats for. And recognize Congress is the one that controls the purse strings for FEMA. Congress. Yeah, those guys. The Republicans. So you pissed off there's not enough money? Be pissed off at the right people. Be pissed off at Congress. They are the reason there's not enough money. Be pissed off at the president that drove your asses out to the middle of the desert and left you there, just so it looked good on camera. He doesn't care about any of you. You got less than 3 weeks before the election. You think between now and then you could reach behind you, grab yourself by the ears and pull your head out of your ass and do the right thing for this country. Even if you don't like Democrats, you don't like Kamala, you don't like Biden, you don't like Bill Clinton or President Obama. Use the next 4 years to rebuild the Republican Party. Try again with a better asshole that represents your type and you. This guy doesn't care. So all of you that made it to the Coachella rally, no offense, but what did you expect? Stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. We are all in this together.